Many of God's blessings to all of you here this morning and to the listening audience. A very, very warm and hot day. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, we have two resolutions and to recognize the Guam Visitors Bureau. And I have some special guests. With me today is the General Manager of the Guam Visitors Bureau, Mr. Nate Denight. I'd like to call him up. And also joining us is his Deputy General Manager and our former colleague, Senator Tello Taidakwi. Please join us. I do have some folks who are from off island, and I'm very pleased to extend a very, very warm Hafa day to Mr. Chris Flynn and his delegation for being here this morning, as he is the representative to the PATA chapter in Micronesia, and I'd like for him to join us. And also, I'd be remiss if everywhere I go and every time I talk about Guam Visitors Bureau and looking at an icon and a beautiful face to represent and showcase our island, I think of this beautiful young lady, and her name is Miss Pilar Laguana, and I'd like for her to join us. And she's probably blushing right now, but it's really, really important because I always say that as we continue to showcase Guam, this lady was in there even when I was a teenager, and she was our Guam beauty. So I don't know if you know that, Chris, but I think she's... and then I do want to also extend a warm Hafa day. I do know that we have some photographers out there from off island and some with the PATA International. I guess they're the storytellers, right? They take the photos and they write and they take and do all the writing for us internationally. But Mr. Denight, this is Resolution 99-33 COR, and just to share the blessing with our off-island guest, a resolution when introduced is giving recognition for a program or an individual who's done a great work for the island, and it gets voted by our members in the Guam legislature. And this term, it's the 33rd Guam legislature, and when it's voted unanimously, then we get to archive it and record all the statements, and then we share it with the rest of the island, and then of course the program folks. And this is a resolution 99-33 COR, as introduced by myself, our Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz, Senator Frank Blanc, and Junior, and our Speaker extends her apologies. She's off island right now doing some stuff with education in Hawaii, but she wanted to make sure that she sent her congratulations. And this is relative to recognizing the Guam Visitors Bureau on the observance of National and Tourism Week from May 2nd to May 10th, and to further extending an Dångkolo na Sidus Masi to GVB for its commitment and dedication to the development and improvement and promotion of Guam's tourism industry. Normally, I would talk about what is entailed in the resolution, and if you could just spare me a couple of minutes, I'm going to read it because for me, letting the people of Guam know how important our tourism industry is here, this will share a picture. Be it resolved by the 33rd Guam Legislature, whereas since 1983, a U.S. congressional resolution has proclaimed the observance of National Travel and Tourism Week to recognize the power and the importance of the travel and tourism industry in America. And in 1962, President John F. Kennedy rescinded the U.S. Navy authority and allowed Guam to be opened up to visitors from off-island, thus enabling Guam to improve its economy through tourism efforts. The following year, in 1963, the Guam Tourism Commission was created under the Guam Department of Commerce, and in 1970, by Executive Order 70-20, the Guam Tourism Commission was separated from the Guam Department of Commerce, and it was renamed to the Guam Visitors Bureau. In 1976, the Guam Visitors Bureau Japan office was opened to increase the tourism promotion efforts in the very important Japan market. And in 1983, Public Law 17-32 recognized GVB into a non-stock, non-profit membership corporation, and travel to and within Guam provides significant economic benefits for Guam, generating about $1.4 billion for the economy and representing 60% of Guam's annual business revenue. And the tourism industry is one of Guam's most important private sector employers, employing over 18,000 local residents. I would say that's 20,000, and the financial benefits of the tourism industry has consistently worked to improve the living standards of the people of Guam through increased employment opportunities, taxes from tourism spending for funding of government services and hotel occupancy tax bond revenues, and the Tourist Attraction Fund has allowed for the continual promotion and attraction of tourists from established source countries such as Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, as well as from our new source countries, including mainland China and Russia. And in 2012, Guam reached 1.3 million visitors and has become the third most visited place within Oceania. And the tourism industry has worked to improve the social impacts of tourism, including the preservation and promotion of the Chamorro culture, as well as providing opportunities for local and international events and activities, including GVB, Guam Visitors Bureau signature events such as the Micronesian Island Fair, the Guam Life International Music Festival, the Guam Barbecue Block Party, the Guam Cocoa Half a Marathon and Ekiden Relay Race, the Shop Guam Festival, and many, many other events. And the importance of Guam's tourism industry has led to the creation of the award-winning tourism education program in the secondary CTE programs at the Guam Community College for public high school students, and the degree programs at the Guam Community College and the University of Guam. These programs prepare students for the tourism and hospitality industry by introducing them to the various facets of the industry. These programs include the Pro Start and the Lodging Management programs. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Committee of Rules of Imina 33 na Legislaturan Guam does hereby, on behalf of the Legislaturan Guam and her people of Guam, recognize the Guam Visitors Bureau on the observance of National Travel and Tourism Week, and does further commend the Guam Visitors Bureau for its commitment and dedication to the development, improvement, and promotion of Guam's tourism industry. And be it further resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules certify, and the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption whereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to Mr. DeKnight, General Manager of the Guam Visitors Bureau, to the Pacific Asia Travel Association PATA Micronesian Chapter, and to the Honorable Edward J.B. Cavo in Magalahan, Guam. Ladies and gentlemen, this was duly and regularly adopted by the 33rd Guam Legislature. It was signed on the 11th day of May. It was signed by Acting Speaker Benjamin J.F. Cruz and Senator and Chairperson on the Committee of Rules, Majority Leader Senator Rory Respicio, and myself as Legislative Secretary. And please excuse me, I had to read from a bigger font because, as you know, age is catching up. So if I may, to both you, Mr. DeKnight, Senator Tadagui, and to Mr. Flynn, on behalf of the 33rd Guam Legislature and our people of Guam, we congratulate you and commend you for your hard work and extend our Dångkolo na si Diyos Masi. Yay! And to Mr. Flynn, I do apologize. I will get a frame for you. But at this time, I do know that we have another resolution, but I want to make sure that I give you both the opportunity to say a few words to the people of Guam.
First of all, I'd like to say unsen Dångkolo na si Diyos Masi to our Oversight Chair, Senator Tina Muña Barnes. She's such a great advocate and supporter of everything we do at the Guam Visitors Bureau, and she's always there right behind us, willing to do whatever it takes to improve our tourism industry here on Guam. So we thank her for all her support. And I also like to accept this on behalf of Governor Eddie Baza Calvo, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio, our chairman Mark Baldiga, and all the directors of the Guam Visitors Bureau, plus the hardworking staff and management of the Bureau. Thank you very much for this resolution. I would be remiss if I didn't say that GVB's success is due to the hardworking staff, like Ms. Pilar Laguana and all the staff that work so hard every day, weekends, spending time here on weekends, doing major events, going off island, attending shows, and spending time away from their family. And we're always, if you drive by at 6, 7 o'clock, sometimes 8 o'clock at night, me and the staff are there working hard, because tourism is a 24/7 industry, and we must be responsible to our members, and we must also work as hard as they do in the industry, all the hardworking men and women in the industry. So we take a lot of pride in doing that and getting the job done. And I think you can see that's why we've been so successful throughout the years, not just under our time, but for many, many years under many GMs and under the Bureau. So we just want to say thank you once again. I guess to the men and women of Guam, GVB will continue to work hard to promote our tourism industry, but it's all for the benefit of the people of Guam. Like we like to say at the Bureau, we're always trying to make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. So it's always important that everything we do is for the people of Guam, and just really proud of, not coming from outside GVB and coming into GVB, you really see all the work they do beyond tourism. So things like the Guam Museum is being built by tourism dollars, the renovation of the Plaza de España, the Inarahana Community Center, all paid for with tourism dollars. Then we also have the Guam Micronesian Island Fair coming up this weekend. That's a tourism event for 28 years, done with tourism dollars. A big thing next year is the FestPac, Festival of the Pacific Arts. Major, huge event, basically the Olympics of cultural traditions in the Pacific, coming to Guam for the first time ever. 27 island countries coming here, brought to you with the tourism dollars. So there's so much they do, from the Guam International Film Festival to the Guam International Marathon to the Coco Road Race, different events happening on island, and it's all about raising the standard of living for our people of Guam, and we'll continue to work hard to do that, to make sure that our tourism industry first and foremost benefits them and makes this a better place for them to raise their family and live. So once again, thank you very much for this resolution, and I'll be happy to share it with and bring it back to the staff. I wish more of them could be here today, but they're at the office working very hard. We have a very busy week, but thank you very much again, Senator.
Thank you. Well, half a day. And it really is a privilege for me to be here. This is something that doesn't happen very often, and I think it's a credit to the government and to the community of Guam to understand the value that tourism gives to the nation, the strength of the visitor economy moving forward. Of course, this will make a huge difference to generations to come. So, on a personal note, it's always wonderful for me to be here. I'm always warmly welcomed by the people here and the people at TVB. And again, for a personal note, when I travel around the world, which I'm fortunate to do, the resource you have here, from the heart here, the resource you have with the people that you've got, the dedication that they have, and the work that they do internationally is absolutely outstanding. And it's way above most that we see around the world. So really, you're very fortunate to have the team that you have in place, the commitment, the passion that these people actually bring to the international community. It's what you don't see that makes the difference, and they continue to make it happen. So, terrific privilege for me to be here. Thank you very, very much, and congratulations.
And continue to stay up here if you don't mind. We do have another resolution that I wanted to present, and again, this is an event congratulating Guam Visitors Bureau. and they didn't know that they had this one coming. This was Resolution 44-33 LS. It was introduced by myself, the Vice Chair, who is the Vice Speaker, Acting Speaker Benjamin J.F. Cruz, Speaker Juan Pat, Senator Frank Blas, and the rest of the members of the 33rd Guam Legislature. And this is relative to recognizing and congratulating the Guam Visitors Bureau, Sapporo Tourist Association on the 20th year anniversary of their friendship agreement, which was celebrated with activities that were held during the Sapporo Snow Festival on February 5th, 2015 in Sapporo, Japan, and to further extending best wishes for Guam's continued success in maintaining a reciprocal relationship that will continue to strengthen its ties not only with Sapporo, but with Japan overall. Ladies and gentlemen, it talks about the history and about the Snow Festival, but more importantly, our relationship as a sister island country to Japan. And I want to share with you that having the opportunity to be at that event and being recognized internationally with all the other countries that were there visiting this just incredible, awesome event. I've never seen snow sculptures built with such fine detail, and Guam was really well represented, and that the government of Japan acknowledged the fact that the relationship with Sapporo, Japan, and Guam was most important, and the years of coming together was just a great collaboration of brotherhood and sisterhood, promoting tourism, not just within each other's countries, but to showcase again to the rest of the world. And Guam did such an awesome job. I did not want that time to escape without having our generations to come understand the viability, but more importantly, the work that GVB does. So, again, Mr. Nate DeKnight, John Nate DeKnight, on behalf of the people of Guam, we extend this resolution to you and the administration. And I know that the governor was really happy at that event, and the lieutenant governor. And I just want to say, continue the good work. Continue. The team has done an exemplary job, and I must say that the board of directors are probably on autopilot right now, but the work cannot stop. And we must continue to showcase our beautiful island to the rest of the world so that they can come here and visit and work closely with our number one industry, tourism. So thank you very much. And with that being said, I will extend a copy for the administration and say God bless each and every one of you. We'll do some official photos right now. And but before we close, I want to say a very warm hafaday to the visiting delegation from PATA and the Micronesian chapter, but more importantly to GVB on a job well done. And we will continue to move forward with all the international programs that we have, and extend a big invitation to all those who are listening and streaming around the world online that FestPac will be, the Festival of the Arts of the Pacific will be here from May 22nd to June 4th, and we extend an invitation to the world to come and visit our beautiful island country, but more importantly that we'll have 27 other countries here to showcase their traditions and their cultures to everyone in collaboration of our beautiful island. Si Diyos masi, si Diyos unbinidisi hamdo todos, and please have a wonderful week.